The Mobile area's biggest manufacturer is a firm that keeps growing from its complex of buildings on the Mobile River. I'm talking about Austal USA, the Mobile branch of an Australian company that has 4,200 workers building ships for the U.S. Navy. The biggest question is, how long will that government work last? I went to Austal looking for answers. The Mobile waterfront is busier than ever since Austal USA set up shop on the Mobile River. Founded in 1999, the American branch of the Australian company has invested millions of dollars to build a state-of-the-art facility to construct littoral-combat ships and high-speed transport ships for the U.S. Navy. Austal USA's President Craig PERCIAVALLE took me on a tour of the shipyard, which has an annual payroll in excess of $200 million. While it provides a good living for those who work there, not everyone in Washington is happy with the littoral-combat ship program. In July of this year, the Government Accountability Office found it was more expensive to operate an LCS than a larger frigate with more crew members, that sailors assigned to serve on board an LCS needed a long time to train, and that the ships faced unrealistic maintenance plans. Still, Navy Secretary MABUS had praise for the program.
I think that Austal and the Austal workforce is doing a terrific job of building the joint high-speed vessels and the littoral combat ships. And they're coming in. The Navy is very, very pleased with these ships.
PERCIAVALLE told me much of what the GAO reported is old news.
You know, there are things that come up when you're dealing with a first-in-class shipbuilding program that ultimately get addressed, and we've certainly been addressing them as the program matures.
It's also been widely reported that Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel ordered the Navy to trim its order for new LCS from 52 to 32.
52 is a big number, but we can keep it at 32. That's a real positive step.
So the talk is, should we continue beyond the 32 or not?
Presently, though, the Navy shipbuilding plan, as we understand it, consists of 52 LCSs.
And that's true, according to congressional sources. They tell me the Navy has a requirement for 52 of what it calls small surface combatants. But the Secretary of Defense has called for trimming the LCS program and limiting the current buy to 32 vessels. Navy Secretary MABUS signaled there may be need for change in the program.
This is not unusual. This is not anything out of the ordinary. We do it on every single ship type we have in the Navy. And what we do is we look at requirements, we look at lethality, we look at survivability, we look at what this ship is supposed to do, and does it meet the requirements.
Just like a good quarterback, PERCIAVALLE gives credit to his front line, in this case, his employees.
The real strength of the company, the employees that we have. People work really, really hard. It's a demanding work, but there's a lot of pride in what we do.
Right now, Austal has enough projects in the pipeline to keep those workers busy for at least the next 5 years and possibly all the way to 2021.
We feel that the products that we're delivering to the Navy are selling themselves, and we're getting a lot of favorable feedback from the Navy on how they're operating.
But Austal has a background in commercial shipbuilding too, and could build vessels that could be used off our coast.
One of the things we are focusing on is maybe something, you know, supporting the Gulf of Mexico, operations in the Gulf of Mexico, oil and gas. There's nothing like launching a ship, watching it float, watching it get tested, watching it run. There's nothing more rewarding than that, and I think it's a great career to be in.
And as for the future, Secretary Hagel commissioned a task force to look into the future of the program, including alternative proposals from the Navy and possibly a completely new design, existing ship designs, and a modified LCS. So what's the latest on that? That study was completed in July. The House Armed Services Committee was supposed to get a classified briefing from the Navy about that in September, but it was canceled. I also tried to speak directly with the Secretary of Defense about the Navy's plans, but never received the courtesy of a reply. Of course, there will be a new presidential election in 2016, and that could bring a new direction for the LCS program and Austal USA. Now, if you want to see my complete interview with Craig PERCIAVALLE, where he talks about relations with local communities and lawmakers and more, it's available now on our website, fox10tv.com.